This is patches for the work in progress video on week 3, Studio 1. For this folio plan, I am making something called the Patches Pit. It is an experimental 3D interactive environment surrounding the concept of Patches, a trickster character within the Souls-like genre. Through numerous research and many hours of either interviewing people within the community or actual watching of videos and gameplay, I broke down the genre into two pieces, combat and exploration. And of the two, I'm focusing on the exploration aspect. I proposed two different scenes for the entire player experience that would be linked to each other. The first one is the Patches introduction, where the player is introduced to Patches with a little dialogue and interaction to understand what type of character he's like, and then eventually he'll push you into the Patches Pit. This is the second half of the entire Patches Pit plan, where the players will explore the area and eventually come face to face with a large winged serpent beast. This was highly inspired by a guy named Vati Vidya, or Vati. He's a YouTuber / Twitch streamer and a very prominent figure in the Dark Demon Souls lore universe. Significant themes he educates others on can be broken up into two pieces: existing lore and conceptual lore. This is mainly done through physical means within the Souls game genre, alongside the silent environmental storytelling, and both types of lore are especially vital for players to understand and grasp the conceptual character that is Patches. His videos and streams serve to enlighten all types of players, elevating the experience, understanding, and appreciation of the world building to a different level. I also want to describe Patches briefly. He is a character that will appear sometime during your playthrough in the Souls-like genre universe, and he is often a repetitive character where you'll see him not once but twice or more depending on your interaction with him. And he is a trickster character, like I've been saying a lot. He is extremely cunning but highly suspicious, which is what I found so interesting about him. And so for the first iteration, I researched and planned a concept around the Souls-like genre character Patches. I decided on the time and place and the scenario of what the game would take place. In the pit, it would be Egyptian mythos, and up on the surface where Patches is, it would be in an unknown cave / cavern. I created a script for the Patches introduction segment, and I started designing the beast within the Patches Pit, which I decided would be a winged serpent, and later I also designed the pit environment and the entire fall aspect. Here are some tests of some goddess Isis wings that I decided to do, transferring back from the angelic ones. And here we have the development of Maya with the wings, again being 3D modeled and learning how to paint on surfaces. Here we have the cave, the bed and sword, and the drop platform. And I should probably note that I discovered a new method of painting my 3D objects, and which is using MS Paint, Microsoft Paint 3D. And here we have Patches Pit, just the environment setup, basic room lighting, and the full drop height testing. This is the second plan. When I iterated a second time and I revamped the entire idea, I renamed it to just Patches after a discussion with UN. So we found some flaws. There was a large disconnect. It felt that the two scenes were too disconnected. There was nothing tying them together. other than the personally weak interaction of Patches. There was a large failure to explain who Patches was, and it was a mistake of mine to assume players would know automatically who he was. And major changes I made was broadening the view of Patches. This is my experimental aspect, where he becomes more of a conceptual being and less of a physical one. And I felt that Patches was more of a label or a title compared to a name or a singular person. It was too restrictive. And overall, I rescoped to focus on the Patches introduction segment, fully taking time and utilizing the world and lore building opportunity. And finally, feel free to just pause the video whenever you want to read something or look at something more in depth. And I've uploaded the PowerPoint onto Google Drive where you can read it at your own leisure.